Hello everyone! If you clicked this video during the month of December and you thought, hey, I want to be awesome and give to charity and simultaneously enter myself to win a lot of video games and electronics and t-shirts and toys and stuff, you can use this card right up here to be part of YouTube for Good and enter our giveaway. If you want to find out ways to enter the giveaway without donating, then you can click this card to see last week's video, The Naked Truth on Charity, ponder over whether charity is selfish or not, and also find out how to win. But if you're here this week for the topic we have this week, we're going to jump into that in just a second. But first, I want to thank our Naked Army vloggers from last week. That's Chris, Nathan, Kavaja, Nicholas, Christopher, Hiram, Kathy, Colin, El Pollo, Richard, Prescott, and Kristen, and James. And their Naked Truth vlogs from last week discussing charity are all linked in the description below if you'd like to check those out. Okay, now on to this week. This week's subject is a topic that has been requested multiple times by both men and women, most recently by Samantha, who said, could you do a Naked Truth video about periods? And this is always a weird topic to talk about because nobody talks about it. If you look at commercials, you think having your period is like a fun day at the beach. I'm playing volleyball and stuff. Periods. But if you look at society's like, periods are gross, man. Don't talk about that. Bleeding and stuff. And when you're little, like, before you have your period, you're absolutely terrified because no one talks about it, and it's horrifying. It's similar to what I imagine your first erection would be like as a guy. Like, what is happening to my body? I have no idea. It's very similar for both men and women, and since I can't personally speak to having an erection, but I can speak to periods, we're going to go ahead and talk about some stuff that is outlandish stuff that people believe are true about women getting their periods that just aren't true. Let's debunk some myths. Okay, the first myth that I want to talk about is that women are absolutely nutso when they're going through PMS or on their period every month. It's just like women go crazy every month. That's not entirely true. While yes, there are such things as mood swings, fatigue, loss of appetite, cramping that can be very painful. There's a lot of things that are going on in a woman's body hormonally that could make someone feel that way and feel really grumpy, but women are still capable of rational thought. And I know that everyone's going to be like, yeah, duh, Trish. But in different cultures, not everyone believes that. And that is a commonly believed myth that women are crazy once a month. And the thing that I would say to any women out there who feel like they might be crazy once per month is just learn to know yourself. I remember Nate calling me up for a date when we were in our early stages of dating, and I knew that day that I was very, very sad for no reason. Like, I was like, there's nothing going on in my life that should be making me this sad, but I feel really sad. And because I knew myself well enough to think, oh, you know, I'm PMSing right now. That's what this is. It's just hormones. I said no thank you to the date, and I stayed in and watched a sad movie by myself, cried it out in my system, and was good. So learn to recognize the signs so that you can kind of handle yourself if you find yourself in that situation. And guys, just try to be sympathetic. If a lady's in pain, like, think about how you would feel if your stomach was in all sorts of knots and you were still dealing with the stress of everyday life. You might have a tendency to be like, please stop. So that's what that is. All right, the number 2 myth that I want to talk about is that a woman can't get pregnant during her period. This is a really important for everyone to know. A woman absolutely can get pregnant during her period. Sperm can stay in your body up to 3 to 5 days after you have sex, and every woman's cycle is different, and an egg can be released either during like kind of towards the end of the period or just after. So while it's less likely, it's entirely possible. So you should always use some kind of protection. I mean, you should always use protection anyway because STDs, but if you're worried about getting pregnant, don't think, oh, we'll just have sex on the period and be okay. No. The number 3 myth I want to talk about also has to do with the pregnancy obsessed, and that's that if a woman misses her period, she is definitely pregnant. That's a myth. There's many different reasons that a woman can miss her period. If it's the first time you're getting your period, then you may not be normal. You may not have another one for up to 6 months after. So I remember friends when I was in high school, because I got mine really late, saying that, oh my God, I had one and now I haven't had one in months. I'm obviously pregnant. Like, as soon as I got my period, I'm pregnant. And it's like, no, that's not true. A lot of exercise, a lot of stress can all influence your cycle and make you miss periods. Now, granted, if you've missed a couple in a row and you're a lady, go to the doctor. But guys, if you're, if a lady says she's missed it and she's worried that she's pregnant, tell her that's okay. That's not necessarily true. This next myth is kind of a funny one to me, and it's that women who hang out a lot together, either work together, live in the same house, etc., will sync up and all be on their periods at the same time. There is no scientific evidence to either prove or disprove this. From personal experience, I can let you in on a little SourceFed secret. Me and Megan Lee were all on the same schedule. Now, yes, we spent lots and lots and lots of time together, and so the SourceFed boys would all know right when that was, and to be extra nice to us then. But also, everyone's cycle's different, so it could just be mental that people are kind of looking for that to happen, because everyone can be off by, a few days, and if any of it overlaps, they're like, see, this proves it. So I have no idea if that one's real or not. I would love to hear your thoughts. And then the final one is definitely crazy, and that it's women who are on their period shouldn't go swimming in the ocean because it will attract sharks. There is no recorded occurrence of a shark attack taking place because a woman was on her period. So that's total bunk. And these are things that people actually believe are true, and some of which me in my past I believed was true. So my question for you guys is, what is something outrageous about your body that you thought was true when you were younger? Let me know either in the comments section or in a Naked Truth vlog of your very own. And I know it's been a while since I kind of said how to submit a Naked Truth vlog, so if you want to become a member of the Naked Army, make your own Naked Truth, make sure that you're not showing any naughty bits, because it's not a sexy show. It's just about being open and vulnerable in, being comfortable in your own skin with who you are and sharing your raw, honest opinions. So film yourself doing that, talking about the topic, upload it to YouTube, unlisted, private, whatever you want to make it, and then send it to me using the About section of this channel. You can click for business inquiries only, because you guys are my business. Send me that link. Let me know if you want me to share it with the rest of the Naked Army. And then, yeah, congratulations, because you put yourself naked on the internet. Woohoo! Your parents will be so proud. Speaking of your parents, if you're under 18, make sure you get their permission before you do this, because otherwise that could be a very scary situation if they walk in on you and it's like, oh God, no, I'm not. So let's leave that be. All right, guys, I hope you have an excellent week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.